Hey Ellie, I'm Rebecca and I'm with Team 5 and we're going to talk today about our plans for your bee project. Our team discussed how to raise awareness on campus and increase longevity of your program. So we came up with a plan that discussed the branding, social media, outreach, and organizational structure.
Branding is absolutely essential for nonprofit organizations. A lot of the times, nonprofits or other organizations think that branding should be just used for fundraising or just used to raise awareness. It's actually essential for all parts of the organization. So it's important for not only promoting recognition and for fundraising, but also for increasing motivation within the company, referral to other students on campus, and just clarity within the organization about the purpose of the organization. Overall, a lot of organizations are realizing that branding can actually help with their long-term social goals for their organization. So it's definitely not just about the fundraising. When we came down to thinking about the brand for the Campus Bee Project, the first thing that we thought of was the general social perception of honeybees. A lot of people are afraid of honeybees, so they think that bees are dangerous and are going to sting them, and that's the first thing that they think of when they hear about beekeeping or bees in general. So we decided to avoid the term bee and beekeeping in our brand, and instead go with something that everybody loves, tastes delicious, super sweet. We wanted to go with honey. So we decided to brand the Campus Beekeeping Project as Hoosier Honey, because not only is honey great and delicious and sweet, but also everybody here in Bloomington and everybody affiliated with Indiana University loves being a Hoosier. So having Hoosier in the name really makes sure that we connect the Campus Bee Project to Indiana University, so people know that it's an Indiana University project and they can feel like they're supporting the university when they're supporting Hoosier Honey. We created the logo for Hoosier Honey. You can see it in the logo for Hoosier Honey. We included Hoosier in the official IU crimson so people can see that and know that it's affiliated with the university, as well as an actual photo of a bee. Because we didn't want to go with any sort of cartoony photo or any sort of drawing or anything like that, because Hoosier Honey is about real honeybees that we have right here on campus and raising those honeybees so that they can help us. It's not about a cute little bee movie or anything like that. It's about the actual creatures that are helping us every single day. Next, we're going to talk about how we can take this brand and leverage social media to really get the brand out there.
It's important to research why social media is important because we want you to develop a proactive branding. This means strong, enthusiastic, engaging posts to your target audience. We also want you to develop a really big consumer base of followers. It's important for you to develop a big customer reach because 1 in every 5 users that are online are engaged with a social media website. So if you can really catch users at a social media website, you can really increase your reach. We want you to implement your organization's strategies through first defining your target audience. This is the key step in developing a successful social media campaign because you need to know who you're targeting in order to market to them effectively. Then you need to develop your mission and vision so you know where you're at and where you're headed. We want you to define the objectives that you are looking to reach, such as increasing loyalty, increasing reach, or increasing sales. Then you need to define the key success metrics that are going to tell you whether your campaigns are working or not working so well and need some tweaking. Some of these success metrics include measuring likes, comments, and shares, or measuring click-through rates or the amount of viewers to your social media pages. After you have your success metrics defined, of course, you need to implement. You need to develop your social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, and Instagram, and other social media websites. And then you need to set up how the social media websites are going to be conducted. You can set up a timetable for how you are going to monitor the progress of your campaigns and then develop your campaigns around that and set up promotions and sales growth strategies. You then need to make sure that you're maintaining your social media campaigns. So you can do this by just evaluating how well they're reaching the target audience, if people are buying your honey, if people are coming to your garden, and you can also do this through surveying users based off of whether they use social media to get to your organization.
Community outreach is a key component of the long-term viability of Hoosier Honey, both because community outreach will help and grow the pool of current volunteers that are available, as well as create future volunteers that will come to IU in the future. So the first part of community outreach is to reach out to the Monroe County schools. This includes 14 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and 2 high schools. This will both increase like I said before, increase the pool of current volunteers, but also as these students grow up, many Monroe County students go to Indiana University. So this will create sort of a pipeline of future leaders for Hoosier Honey, similar to how many high schools across the state have dance marathons, and that a lot of people who get involved in it in high school continue to be involved in it throughout high school, or throughout college as well. So in order to do this, Hoosier Honey needs to reach out to the county district office. Ideally, there could be some sort of formalized program implemented, but even if that's not possible from the beginning, even if there could just be advertising in the schools, it would be a huge boost for Hoosier Honey and its community outreach efforts. Second group that Hoosier Honey needs to reach out to are IU alumni. So currently, IU alumni would be a wonderful way for Hoosier Honey to grow in its fundraising efforts in terms of selling honey. IU alumni who perhaps want honey that's connected to Bloomington, it could help them, but also by reaching out to the alumni base, there could be alumni who are in fields that could provide expertise and guidance to Hoosier Honey that may not know about the organization otherwise. The way to reach out to these IU alumni organizations is through the chapters. So the IU Alumni Association has individual chapters in cities across the country, and many of them have Facebooks and social media that can be very easily and cheaply used to reach out to many, many alumni across the country. The third community that Hoosier Honey needs to reach out to is the Bloomington community as a whole. For example, Ivy Tech Bloomington is a possible source of volunteers and future talent for Hoosier Honey. In order to take advantage of many of the resources that Ivy Tech Bloomington would offer, Hoosier Honey needs to develop a relationship with a student at Ivy Tech so then that student can use their privileges in order to advertise Hoosier Honey and make it known throughout the community there. Other sources of community outreach, just in terms of hanging up signs downtown, as well as visitbloomington.com, is a source of overall just community involvement. Throughout these various things that I've talked about, Hoosier Honey can both grow its current pool of volunteers, but perhaps more importantly, provide the future support and leaders for Hoosier Honey.
All right, so in order to implement these new branding strategies and social outreach, you're going to need members. So we've decided to kind of come up with new ways that you might be able to recruit new members, starting from high school initially. So one program might be a high school program that you go into high schools in Bloomington and essentially encourage them to get involved by either coming with you to the hives or maybe setting up some safety-related programs so that they know it's not an issue working with bees. I know that's a big fear for many students. Another program might also be to set up an internship program through the Office of Sustainability. Essentially what this would involve would be a student would work through the office and kind of be their middle ground between the organization and the office to allow them to do more events and social work on campus. They would ideally be offered either credit for this internship or maybe a small salary. It also looks like a great resume builder. I know that's a big incentive for undergrads looking for potential career options after undergrad. So in addition to an incentive program, another way to encourage new members to join might be to include a loyalty or rewards program as well. Essentially how that would work would be as students join, in order to kind of ensure the longevity of the program and keep people involved throughout their years as an undergrad, would be for every year maybe that a student is involved in the program to offer them small incentives like mini jars of honey or small gift cards that would be sponsored by the Office of Sustainability, just to encourage them to stay with the program and keep getting involved and keep giving it their all every year. So once all of these incentives are in place and we have all of these programs and we've recruited a large number of members, you can start developing an organizational structure. And this is essential for the longevity of the program and to make sure that there are people after you who are continuing your work and making sure that beekeeping stays has a strong hold on campus even long after you leave. So what we propose as a potential organizational structure might be to have a president, which ideally you would take over at the moment, And then underneath the president, you would have a vice president, followed by committee leaders, and then the members themselves. So the president would be responsible for coordinating with the Office of Sustainability, also with the intern. They would be responsible for kind of taking care of all of the paperwork regarding the organization, registering the organization to my involvement, which is the IU Student Organization Registration website, and also just coordinating with the vice president to make sure that the group is still running smoothly. The vice president would be responsible for coordinating, kind of being the connection between the president and the committee leaders. So they would be in charge of making sure that each committee leader is taking care of their area and consistently responding and keeping track of all of their members. And the committee leaders would each ideally be given a different component of the group to take care of. So that might include finance, marketing, outreach, be taking care of the hives particularly. And so each committee leader would be given their set of members. So it's kind of like a tree diagram. And as you move up in level of hierarchy, the amount of work would increase, but that would also mean that that person has, more knowledge, more experience working with bees, and developing the program as a whole. So this organization structure will hopefully keep your organization around for a long time and ensure that someone after you is completely knowledgeable and prepared to take over beekeeping.
In order to help you out to reach out to alumni and to do the branding through the social media, our team decided to have a simple delivery for you to upload to the YouTube and other social media. In our video, we will start with honey, which is more commonly known by people. And we will show a cooking video about related to honey that tells us honey could make our life better. And after that, we will make a transition that from honey to the creatures who make honey, bees. And when we finish our transition to the honeybees, we will show the clips we made through the beehives in IU campus and show how those bees helps us about their pollination actions. And after that, we will make a transition to the bees are disappearing right now. This will let people know the bee colonies are in danger. After that, we will show the Hoosier Honey program, which will include a brief explanation of our project. And then we will show our logo and what we're doing and for a volunteer program. And besides the volunteer program, what else they can do to help bees. So in this simple delivery, our goal is to raise awareness, spread the words, and then let people know about this, our Hoosier Honey program. So that's the delivery that we have in the video. And now I'm going to show you about this video. Let's get started. Honey is one of the most common used sweet sauce in US kitchen. Having a honey in your dish will add extra flavor and boost your taste. Just like this rainbow cheesecake, 2 or 3 teaspoons of honey will make the raspberry shiny and taste so good. Honey is made from bees. They fly flowers to collect materials that make honey. In this action are known as pollination. In US, most of the fruits and vegetables are rely on bees to pollinate their flowers. Without this gorgeous creature, we will not only lose honey, but most of our veggies and fruit will be lost. However, honeybees right now are actually in dangerous situation. According to the USDA report, bee populations are decreased from 4.5 million to 2 million in 60 years, and they are keep disappearing. If we don't do anything, honeybees will disappear in the foreseeable future. In order to prevent this happen, we need to fight for bees. Here is Hoosier Honey. Hoosier Honey is IU project run by IU students and collaborate with IU staff to help fight for bees. We need to fight for them. We have 2 hives right now and need more volunteers to take care of these bees and record the research diary for them. We need you, and we need you to fight for our bees. Besides the volunteer program, of course, you can also do something simple to help bees out. Just like plant more flowers in your garden and never use pesticide. Or you can tell people about this project to raise awareness about the dangerous situation of bees. Thank you very much.